Good morning, class. I am Teacher Ella.
Good morning, class. I am Teacher Denise.
Before we begin our lesson, let us first put ourselves in the presence of God. Let us observe a moment of silent prayer according to your own faith and beliefs. Amen. Thank you. Once again, good morning, grade 8 students. How are you today? That's wonderful to hear. Before we proceed, I would like to request our learners who have difficulty seeing the board to kindly transfer to the front seats. Likewise, learners who have difficulty hearing may also move closer to the teacher's area so that you can actively participate in our discussion. Okay, thank you.
Now, let us check your attendance first. Miss Secretary, may I know who are absent today? Very good. I'm glad to see that everyone is present and ready to learn. Class, for our activities today, we will work together with our permanent groups based on your seating arrangement. Learners seated in the first row will be the group 1, in the second row will be the group 2, the third row will be the group 3, the fourth row will be the group 4, and the last row will be the group 5. Please remember your group members because later on, you will work together in a collaborative activity.
Before we begin, let us review our classroom rules using the acronym UNITY. Let us read our classroom rules. U. Uphold respect. N. Nurture cooperation. I. Involve yourself actively. T. Take responsibility. And Y. Yearn for learning. Can I expect everyone to follow our Unity classroom rules today? Excellent! Now that everyone is properly seated, our groups are organized, and our classroom expectations are clear. Let us activate our prior knowledge before we move on to today's lesson. To make our review more engaging, we have a short Kahoot activity entitled True or False Drill. I will flash statement on the screen through Kahoot. If you think the statement is true, salute like a soldier. And if you think the statement is false, you have to stand at ease. Remember to wait for the signal before answering. Is that clear, class?
Very good. So now, let us begin. So let me read the statement 1. Rhyme refers to the repetition of similar sounds at the end of the lines in a poem. So it is a true or a false? That's right. The answer is true. A rhyme helps create rhythm and musicality in a poetry. Now, let's proceed to the statement number 2. Diction refers to the poet's choice and arrangement of words. Is it a true or a false? Correct. It is a true. The diction influences the meaning and emotional effect of a poem. Now, let's dig into the statement number 3. Tone refers to the feeling experienced by the reader while reading the poem. Is it a true or a false? Correct. It is a false. Tone refers to the poet's attitude towards the subject, while feeling experienced by the reader is a mood. So now let's dig into the second to the last statement, which is the statement number 4. Style refers to the unique way of a poet expresses ideas and emotion. Is it a true or a false? Correct. It is a true. Style makes a writer's works distinct from others. So now let's proceed to the last statement, which is the figurative language uses literal and direct meaning only. Is it a true or a false? Correct. The answer is false. Figurative language goes beyond literal meanings to create deeper understanding and imagery. Excellent work, everyone. From our review, we can see that poems are composed of several elements such as rhyme, diction, tone, style, and figurative language. But here is something important to think about. Do these elements work independently or they work together to create meaning? Let us find out through our next activity.
Now, let's proceed with our next activity called Pieces That Matter. Now, I want you to think about your family for a moment. When you hear the word family, what comes to your mind? Okay, home, belonging. Okay, very good. Now, what does family mean to you? Okay, love, care, support, understanding, unity. Very good. Now, I want you to observe and look at this picture carefully. What do you notice about the picture? Does it feel complete? Why or why not? Okay? No, because a family member is missing. Now, what is missing from the picture? Yes, a family member, a mother, and the father. Excellent observations. Because every member of the family has their own rules, responsibilities, and function. So if kung adunay mawala sa pamilya, dili na, kinima, kumplito sama sa gipakita sa picture. Nawala ang mama o papa. Let's say for example, ang mama o papa is nag-separate sila, nagbulag sila. And then, feeling ninyo makumplito pa ba ang pamilya? Masama pa ba kini sa una? Di ba really na? The same idea applies to the poetry. Just as a family feels incomplete when one member is missing, a poem may also lose its effectiveness when its important element do not work well together. So, sa pamilya, kinahanglan nga ang bawat usa or every member of the family should unite and live together so that the family feels complete. The same with the poem. All the elements must need to work and function together to maintain the effectiveness and create a one unified meaning. This relationship among the parts of the poem is the focus of our lesson today. We will be discussing organic unity in poetry, and that is exactly what we are going to explore today.
So before we proceed to our lesson proper, let us all read first our learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to A. Define organic unity in poetry. B. Identify the different poetic elements in the poem. C. Express appreciation for the importance of harmony among the elements in poetry in conveying emotions and meaning. And lastly, D. Create a graphic organizer about how elements poetry work in the poem to create organic unity. Now that we know our destination for today's lesson, let us begin our exploration of organic unity in poetry.
And now that we know what we are expected to learn, let us begin with an activity that will help us recall the poetic elements you have learned in your previous lessons. We have prepared a group activity entitled Match Me. Please stay with your assigned groups. As you can see, each group has a poster containing a packet with the strips of poetic elements and a list of meanings. Your task is to take turns selecting a poetic element from the packet and match it with its correct meaning. You will be given 1 minute to complete the task. Work quickly but make sure your answers are correct. When you hear the bell ringing sound, it means your time is up and you must stop working immediately. Is the task clear, class? Very good. Get ready. Your 1 minute starts now.
Time is up. Let us now check your answers.
Very good, class! You were able to quickly identify and match the poetic elements with their meanings. However, identifying the elements is only the first step. Let us now think beyond the individual elements. What happens when these elements are placed together in one poem? Let us find out.
Based on the activity we have just completed, let us reflect on the role of the different poetic elements. I will ask you a few questions. Listen carefully and share your thoughts. If no one will volunteer, I will draw a name from our mystery box. Is that clear, class? Okay, let's begin with the question 1. What did you notice about the different elements of poetry?
They have different meanings and functions, Mom.
Very good, thank you. Although they have different functions, they all contribute something important to a poem. Now for the question 2. Why are these elements important in a poem? Anyone from the class?
They help express the poet's ideas and emotions, Mom.
Excellent idea. They help the poet communicate effectively with the readers.
Let's have question number 3. What may happen if one important element is missing in a poem? Good observation. Just like our family picture earlier, something important would be missing. Even if other elements are present, the poem may not fully express its message or emotion because each element has a special role to play. Now, let's have question number 4. How do the elements help make the poem meaningful and effective? Exactly. The elements support one another in communicating the poet's purpose. When diction, tone, rhyme, figurative language, motif, and style work together, reader can better understand the poem messages and emotion. Let's have question number 5. Why is unity important in a poetry? Excellent answer. Unity is important because it connects all the elements of a poem into one complete whole. This is called organic unity, where every element works together to create one clear message and emotional impact for the readers.
Thank you for your thoughtful responses. From your answers, we can conclude that different literary elements are not isolated from one another. Instead, they work together to communicate the poem's central message and emotional effect. In other words, every element has a purpose, and each one contributes to the overall meaning and impact of the poem. So, harmonious relationship among the different of elements of poetry that work together to express one central meaning and emotion called organic unity. Based on our discussion, organic unity refers to the harmony and interconnectedness of all literary elements in a poem.
Now let us move to a short collaborative activity called Theme Relay. I will be giving a Padlet link or a QR code where you will post at least one theme you identified from the poem. You may access the Padlet using your phone. After posting your answer, please also take time to view your classmates' responses. Observe if there are similarities or differences among your answer. Is that clear, class? Very good. You may now begin.
Now that everyone has posted, let us take a look at your responses. Let us identify how many times each theme appears in our class Padlet. Okay, we can see that enduring love or love appear frequently in your responses. This shows that many of you share the same interpretation of the poem's central message or central idea. Let us also note the other themes that appeared, such as loyalty, separation, sacrifice, longing, hope, and devotion. All of these themes together help us understand the deeper meaning of the poem.
The themes you identified are formed through the different poetic elements of the poem, such as rhyme, diction, tone, style, and figurative language. This element works to create meaning, and that meaning is expressed through the themes. So based on the themes that you identified, let us answer a few questions. Number 1, what central message do these themes communicate in the poem? Exactly. The poem communicates that true love remains strong despite the separation and challenges. Number 2, what emotions do you feel while reading the poem based on these themes? Correct. The poem evokes feelings of longing, sadness, hope, loyalty, and admiration. Number 3, why is it important that these poetic elements work together in the poem? Exactly. It is important because when poetic elements work together, they can create a unified meaning and emotional effect. This harmony helps readers to understand the poem's messages more clearly and feel the emotion more deeply, making the poem more powerful and meaningful. In the poem, the theme of separation, loyalty, and enduring love are expressed through the different poetic elements such as diction, tone, figurative language, motif, rhyme, and style.
And now that we have understood how the themes of the poem are formed through the harmony of its elements, let us apply what we have learned through a group activity. This activity will help us show how organic unity is present in the poem. This activity is called Build the Organic Unity Map. You will stay with your assigned groups. Each group will be given a different graphic organizer to complete. Using a poem, A Soldier's Farewell to His Wife, your task is to analyze how the different poetic elements work together to create organic unity. Group assignments for the group 1, you will have the spider web diagram. Group 2, fishbone diagram. Group 3, cycle map. Group 4, concept map. Group 5, table chart.
Here's what you are going to do. In your graphic organizer, first, you will identify all the poetic elements used in the poem, the diction, tone, style, motif, figure of speech, and rhyme. And second, you will explain the function of each element in the poem. And then third, you will describe how each element contributes to the poem's organic unity.
Is everything clear, class?
Reminder, you will be graded using this rubric. Make sure that everyone participates and contribute ideas. Is that clear, class? Very good. Now you may start.
Time is up. Please stop working and prepare your outputs for our presentation. Let us now move on to the sharing of your work. Very good work, class. I am glad to see that each group was able to organize and present how the different poetic elements work together in the poem. This shows that you are not only able to identify the elements, but also understand how they function together to create meaning. That is clear example of organic unity in poetry. Let us give ourselves a round of applause.
Let us now check your understanding of today's lesson through a short activity called Finish the Thought. Complete the following statement based on what you have learned. So number 1 is organic unity happens when blank. The second one is literary elements are important because blank. I learned that organic unity help readers blank. Please take a moment to think and complete the statements. You may now start.
Now let us evaluate what you have learned today. You will answer a short quiz through a Google form. I will send the link, the QR code. Please open it using your phone or device. Read each question carefully and choose the correct answer. Your response will be recorded automatically once you submit it. Is that clear, class? Very good. You may begin now.
Now, for your assignment, think a short poem you are familiar with. Identify the poetic elements present in it, such as rhyme, diction, tone, motif, and figurative language. Second one is explain how these poetic elements help expresses the message of emotion or emotion of the poem. And the last one is in 3 to 5 sentences, explain how organic unity helps a reader better understand a poem.
All right, class, that ends our lesson for today. Thank you for your active participation, cooperation, and thoughtful responses. We are glad to see that you were able to understand how the different poetic elements work together to achieve organic unity in poetry.
Always remember that in a poem, every element has a purpose, and together they create a one unified meaning and emotional effect. Let us give ourselves a round of applause. Good job, grade 8.
Goodbye, class. See you next meeting.